The hero has to be brave.
Hey From fans! We are almost at the end of the third season, and things are nowhere close to being solved. Newer and newer twists are being thrown at us, and I think the season finale will be a blast. We have been racking our brains for quite a while trying to figure out how everyone can leave the town. With the 9th episode already out, I think we might have some clues about leaving this town. What could they be? Well, let's discuss, shall we? Could time travel be the answer? Up until now, I do not think any of us even considered the fact that time travel could be a thing at play here. But in the 8th episode, we saw Julie go back in time and help out Boyd in the dungeon, something which happened in the 2nd season. Not only that, she also went to the tunnel system below the town where Tabitha and Victor were during the 1st episode of the 2nd season. According to the Fromville timeline, or at least whatever we have seen so far, Julie definitely went back around 2 weeks back in time. The music box monster clearly has an ability to alter time. We saw him keeping Martin alive for what seems to be decades, just to feed off of his suffering. Even though we saw Martin's other 2 companions dead, he still managed to survive for as long as he did because he had those worms in his blood. It could very well be that once you are under the influence of the music box monster, you end up in this zone where time does not flow normally anymore. Martin was shackled to the wall, so in a way, even though he aged, he did not age just enough to die because time was not flowing normally. Because of this time thing, the moment he passed on the bloodworms to Boyd, the one thing that directly linked him to the music box monster and the control he was under was broken. And he immediately succumbed to his age. As for Julie, she was also one of the victims of the music box monster. She was saved because Boyd destroyed the music box, and that returned her soul to her physical body in a way. But the music box being destroyed was not enough to get rid of the effect that the music box monster had on her. That is why we keep seeing her struggling with hearing screams in her head, feeling like a part of her was lost. Unlike the other 2 victims of the music box monster, Julie seems more of a believer to me. While Murray likes pretending everything is fine for the most part, Randall admits that things are not good, but he refuses to do anything about it. Julie, on the other hand, charges headfirst into things even though she is scared. That is why I think, out of all the 3 victims of the music box monster, we saw Julie get to travel through time. She accepted that things are scary when she approached the ruins in the middle of the forest. And despite the fear, she stepped through, hearing Ethan's advice. Once she did, the ability to walk through time using the dungeon as a center came to her. Although the 9th episode did not deal much with her traveling through time, the way Julie coped with her experience is a huge turning point for her. She puts 2 and 2 together by speaking with her mum and figures that maybe she was, in fact, traveling through time. It was not just a dream. It was entirely real. Given Julie is someone who is helpful, kind, albeit a bit childish and impulsive, I do think that this conclusion would make her think that she could simply get Fatima back by going back to the dungeons. What started off as her trying to save Fatima would end up playing a much bigger role in the grand picture. Think about it. We now know that time is being looped within the Fromville world, so would it be that surprising if the events turn out so that we realise all characters have to go back in time, in some way, shape or form, to finally get out of this place? We all remember how Dark ended, right? Jonas thought he had a small role to play, but turns out his role was far bigger than he ever comprehended. I think Julie would be like that too for Fromville. Marvellous verdict. While not a lot of information is out, I do believe that this time travel thing would play a huge role in solving the mysteries of this place. For the first 3 seasons, we mostly focused on the horror aspect of the story. And now, with only 2 seasons left to complete the show, it makes complete sense that they would finally lay out the breadcrumbs for us. Julie's time traveling is definitely going to come back in the 10th episode. And I would not be surprised if we find out someone from the past who can also show up here in Fromville. What do you guys think? Do you think some big bad character from years ago would show up in the 10th episode? Let us know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!